My father's flames. Fight your fears and heal your pain, and victory will be in your name.
I used to be weak, but I'm not weak no more. I found the strength of my ancestors deep down in my African core. I used to be frightened, I'm not afraid no more. The Father blessed me with the heart of a lion and a warrior soul. So no weapon that form against I shall not prevail. And no man that rise against I, that war they shall never win. 'Cause I will conquer, oh I will conquer, yes I will conquer. Conquer them. Come on, let's conquer. Oh, I will conquer. Rise up and conquer. Conquer them. Tell them no retreat, no surrender. I shall fight till the end of days. I was born as a Makai warrior, and the Almighty God my blade. Fire burn all Satan carrier. Father loose all shackles and chain. This morning first thing as I wake up, King David turns Sam to the brain. Don't let your courage go down, keep it up. And if your heart rip up and stitch it up, don't let your faith them fall, pick it up. When my cup was empty, God fill it up. Don't take the devil contract, rip it up. And if your bad mind people to go meet it up, pass me the Congo drum and let me beat it up. God on my side, me no give it up. So no weapon that form against I shall not prevail. And no man that rise against I, that war they shall never win. 'Cause I will conquer, oh I will conquer, yes I will conquer, conquer them. Come on, let's conquer, oh I will conquer, rise up and conquer, conquer them.
Thank you, Father. I want to say thank you, Lord. You are everything, Father. Thank you. Father, you alone shall guide me. No man shall lead my path. In the wind I hear your quiet whispers, and you heal my broken heart. Even some of my friends turn enemies, and they pray for right to feel. And remember you gave us your only begotten son, but we gave him the wound of last. Send down your warriors with the hello. They carry down to the end of days. No matter how the devil try trick me, unto you my soul I will give. Father, I know this time is coming. I can see the high tide raise. Without you there is no other. Could you be that real decisive?
No weapon that form against I shall not prevail. And no man that rise against I, that war they shall never win. 'Cause I will conquer, oh I will conquer, yes I will conquer, conquer them. Come on, let's conquer, oh I will conquer, rise up and conquer, conquer them. I am a man, I am a champion, I am a warrior. So who are you to tell me that I cannot make? Who are you to tell me that I am not the greatest thing that God ever created?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. You're listening to Hard Talk Grenada. A very special good morning to those of you joining us on the various radio stations. 97.5 CitysoundFM, 89.5 CRFM, 91.9 and 91.5 RealFM radio, 92.9 Sister Radio broadcasting from Hillsborough, Carriacou, and 94.9 We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn, New York. A very special good morning to those of you who are joining us on the live video stream, whether it's on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever you are joining us from this morning. A very, very special Friday morning to you. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. The sun is shining. I am happy. I hope you are happy. And I hope everybody got up on, the good side of the bed this morning. You know, we have a lot this morning to discuss. We have a lot to talk about. We're hoping to hit some topics hard and heavy this morning. I woke up with a lot on my mind, a lot on my chest, a lot in my ear. So they say don't keep things on you too long. It weighs you down. It burdens you. So we definitely have to. We have to talk about it this morning. We have to get into that conversation, hoping to appeal to some logic this morning, to some sensibility this morning, you know, hoping to appeal to the better side of human beings, of Grenadians as a whole, you know. There is a lot of talk surrounding vaccination. There are a lot of conspiracy theories, some of which we as Grenadians are hanging on to even long after the conspiracy theorists themselves have let go of them. And it's really a burden. It really is weighing down on our success, our full success, as we may have it, against COVID-19. All right. My co-host should be joining me at some point this morning. He is already here. I know you stand up outside waiting just to hear me tell the people that you're somewhere around so you could pop in and make this dramatic entry. Guys, I wish you could have seen it. This dramatic entry this morning. Wait until I tell the people that, you know, you're somewhere around so you could just come in and present yourself in such a dramatic way. You find it too early in the morning for that?
Yesterday you did say that there are things from you that rub off on me. This is not one of those.
It will never be.
Absolutely not. I do not possess the kind of drama that you have in you.
Me? I have drama in me.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning to everyone. I was a little bit late in coming into the compound. And of course, when I do get here, I must check into the main office, allow the manager to know that I am present at work. I need to have a tick by my name, or else I'll be listed as being absent. And Miss Duncan knows that, so she's just trying to create an impression.
Really, we taking register and things?
That is not necessary this morning. Absolutely not.
A little bother with him. You should have
me into the mood.
You should have seen how he entered the building as if...
As what? Let me hear.
Wait until I tell the people. Be
descriptive. I was using some hand sanitizer when I got there. I must stop by the bottle to sanitize.
Okay. I'll give you that one today.
Wow.
I'll give you that one.
I didn't expect that of you.
You didn't?
No.
But by now you should not expect anything.
I don't expect anything from you. Except we are colleagues at work and, you know, I don't go beyond that. But if you have intent to offer more than that, don't do it as no surprise. I don't do well with surprises. Let me know you have something more to give to me.
Okay.
And you could do it on air.
I'll put it in a letter. Nah, not on air at all. Mr. Bola, today is a good day. I feel good. I as I was telling the people, I woke up with a lot on my mind, a lot in my ear, a lot on my chest. So I feel like I have a lot to talk about this morning. Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, to me, every day is a good day. Once we have life, it must be good. Everything every day don't always go good. But every day should be a good day.
Should be.
It's one of those things created by the Master.
Should be.
He creates every single day. He allows us to strive and to survive in every day, and we should be grateful. So, the way you emphasize that today is a good day.
It's an exceptional day. It's
gives
a better.
One I feel that yesterday and the day before and the day to come
was not as good as today.
Okay, so you will go ahead and explain to us what about today that
No, I can't say it on air, but it's a good day.
Okay.
It's a very good day. But Mr. Bola, we have quite a bit to talk about. Yesterday, actually, we had quite an airful, a mouthful to talk about as it relates to sexual offenses, sexual abuse, sexual molestation of children. Only to wake up this morning, well, not wake up this morning, but yesterday, to hear of news of a young lady in her teens who was sexually abused by her father. Impregnated twice.
I heard 3 times.
3 times?
Oh, I don't know.
I heard twice. Well, you see, you're hearing more than me. And it just goes to show that you just don't know who to trust with your children. You just don't know. I mean, I'm sure there were people in the communities that probably didn't want to believe, or still probably do not believe, that something like that could happen or is happening. And I mean, it's vile. It's vexing, that this young lady would have to go through this thing. I was also told that this young lady made reports to her teacher, whom ignored her as well, made reports to the police station in St. David's. She was also ignored.
These are allegations?
Allegations, yes.
Okay.
And it was only when she made the report at the Grenville police station that action was actually taken. Whether this is true or not, it's very disheartening to know that this young lady has been going through this thing for so long and had to go through several abortions. And I mean...
How did she happen to go through the abortions?
Well, from what I understand, he, being a pharmacist, would have given her medication to abort the pregnancies. So, I mean, just the thought of this action, it's just, it is a lot to even fathom. A lot to even fathom. And I want to make an appeal to mothers. Your child is in no better hands than yours. Sometimes you may feel like the situation is difficult, or that you are not in a position financially that you can meet all of the needs of your children. But you have to try. We can't just let our children go into the hands of others like that. It just goes to show that who can you really trust if not yourself?
Not a lot of people, but we have to trust somebody or some people at some time.
At some time.
We have to. And trust is not something that you arrive at. It's not a destination that you arrive at. Just by driving or walking. It is something that is built over time.
Yeah.
It's a character trait. It is something that over time, the acquaintance that you knew became a good friend and then a confidant. That's how you get trust. So we have to be careful. We have to be very, very careful. We can't just know somebody for a couple of hours, a day or two, and believe that we can trust them with precious metal like our children. Well, with precious items, not metal really, but items like our children. They are too precious to be just left.
It's so true.
Like that.
It's so true. It's a very sad situation, and I mean, I feel for the children who have to go through these experiences at such a young age, not being able to enjoy their childhood. It's quite sad. But Mr. Bola, today...
Did you, just before you leave, did you get a sense or an idea from what you've heard about the age of the child?
No, the age of the child was not disclosed in the report that I read.
Okay.
No.
All right. And maybe for good reasons. Maybe it's for good reasons.
Yeah.
Because it's sad when those things happen, because that child, already being a victim of sexual abuse, becomes a victim now of how should I put it? Of human behavior, the way in which we see them, and sometimes we blame them.
Yeah.
Sometimes we give the kind of responses we give to these abused children, these children who are victims of the act of other men or women. We make them out as though they are the villain in some of those cases. Instead of reaching out to them and trying to be of help to them, we sometimes bury them with the things we say, or bury them further. with the things we say and the things that we do.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to be careful with handling these cases and these situations. Becomes very, very technical, if one
Yes.
can say that.
Yes.
You need a certain level of guile to handle it and to deal with it and to protect these victims from the harshness of unrealistic behavior by a lot of our people. You don't want to over pamper them, but at the same time, they should not become the object or subject of public scrutiny.
Yeah.
They should be shaded and sheltered from that. You don't want them to be in a position where media people and media people,
Yes.
please excuse me, I'm not blaming you for anything, would push up a mic in front of their face and ask them to describe what was the situation like.
Well, they're
How did you-
protected by law.
Yeah.
Under a certain age. So
Right. No, I understand that the law is in place, but what about the implementation of it, the carrying out of it?
right.
We need to know that we have the systems in place to ensure that what needs to happen happens, so that these youngsters, male or female, teenager or not, doesn't get the kind of treatment, harsh treatment that others get. Yeah.
Yeah. But today, Mr. Bola, I want us to just go on a different route. We've spent a lot of time yesterday speaking about these situations and what we would do in the event of, and what we should do, what we would like to see. More vigilance, more action, less talk, and all of these things. But today I most definitely want to spend some time speaking about vaccination. It is becoming a more worrisome topic. Not just vaccination alone, but COVID-19 as well. It's becoming a very worrisome topic. And as I was saying this morning, I've realized that some Grenadians, not all, are hanging on to, and I've said it this morning, to conspiracy theories, even after the conspiracy theorists themselves have let go of those theories, all in an effort to justify why it is necessary to not be vaccinated. And I say that it is troubling because the fact that they are holding on to these illogical theories hinders us from beating COVID-19. It also puts us, the vaccinated population, at risk. And someone may ask, well, what's she saying there? How is it possible for the unvaccinated population to put the vaccinated population at risk? So just in case that, they don't know, let me explain myself. Viruses are looking for a host in which it can mutate. Now, once a virus mutates, it takes on another form. It can carry different characteristics. So, it may become even more fatal. It can become more transmissible. It can carry different symptoms. It can cause different reactions. It can leave you with different debilitating circumstances after it has left your body. So, an individual who has been vaccinated against a certain virus,
and in this case, COVID-19.
and in this case, COVID-19, what they are saying, what the scientists are saying, is that because the virus is mutating in different strains so quickly, and that is as a result of so much mass contamination, mass spreading of the virus amongst the unvaccinated population, that they're seeing more mutations popping up. These mutations carrying different characteristics. Now, as we are seeing, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, so far have sought approval for a booster shot to battle against the now very worrisome Delta variant of the virus. What does this mean for the vaccinated population? It means that the possibility of you getting really ill as a result of contracting the Delta variant is very real. What does it mean for the unvaccinated population? The fact of you contracting the Delta variant and becoming a host of a new mutated variant of the virus is very real. The fact of you contracting the Delta variant and spreading it very quickly among the population is very real. The fact of you contracting the Delta variant and dying is even more real. And I say this to say, we often hear, even now more than ever, well, why are you so worried because you are vaccinated and I am unvaccinated? I am worried because you are putting my life at risk. And that is a fact. We have a call on the line, Mr. Bola. Let's take that call quickly. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
91.79. You have another station crossing that station.
Oh.
Yeah, and that is very bad. Yeah?
Okay, well, I guess they would have to look at that.
We're trying to inform them.
I wanted to pass it on for me, please.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're trying to inform them that they're having some little distortions, yes. But we can't control it from here because we're streaming to them. But
Yeah,
we'll inform them. We'll inform them.
91.3 something.
No,
That station
91.9
crossing
and
the
91.5.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
91.3 crossing the station.
Oh, 91.3 is crossing
Yes.
with it. Okay.
Crossing 91.599.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for letting us know.
Cool.
Right. Mr. Bola, so we hear these arguments. And it disturbs me because I have made a decision as an individual to get vaccinated, to protect myself, to protect my children, to protect the portion of the populace who is unable to get vaccinated. That is my reasoning for getting vaccinated. So it burdens me, Mr. Bola, when we listen to individuals with no good reasoning whatsoever contributing to the problem. Because the longer they take to get vaccinated, they become contributors to the problem. It only takes one case. That's all it takes. It only takes one person. That is all that it takes. And I think that we are not making a conscious effort to understand what it means for us to get vaccinated. I hear the nonsense statements of, oh, well, why they pushing AstraZeneca? It has so many other vaccines. Why they don't try to get it? Mr. Bola, countries that produce the other vaccines that they are speaking about are having difficulty vaccinating their own populations with it. And as scientists would tell you and have said, all of the vaccines serve the same purpose. All of the vaccines are good vaccines to take. There are people who have experienced adverse effects as a result of every single vaccine that has ever been manufactured on the face of this earth. Someone somewhere has had an adverse effect of it. So the argument of, oh, well, the AstraZeneca ain't good because people have been getting thrombosis and all of this.
How many people got thrombosis?
That is my question. But have people not been getting thrombosis even before the vaccination?
Even people who have used Pfizer and so
have been getting. As a matter of fact, there was a recent study that indicated that some of they've recognized that some of the individuals that were vaccinated with Pfizer have developed heart conditions as a result of getting vaccinated with Pfizer.
Well, I've not come across that.
Johnson's and Johnson's has indicated that there are people who have developed a rare thrombosis as a result of getting vaccinated with Johnson's and Johnson's.
Yeah. Well, they have had continued research.
Of course.
The bottom line, though, is even if and where you had a few cases that can probably be traced or be interrelated to the vaccination, the final analysis is that it has done or will do far more good
than it will harm
to humanity than it will harm.
Yes.
You know? And we have to be careful in the way we analyze the data and the facts that we get.
Yes.
We have to be very careful.
We have to look at the numbers and at the statistics. It's not just about hearing a story and believing the story that you hear. It's about analyzing the details within the story, seeing how those details apply to you as an individual. There are people in Mr. Bola, I had thrombosis even before I got vaccinated, even before COVID-19 came about.
Well, we don't worry about you. You know, you are a different species. You have had everything there can be had. So, you know, we know that you
I'm
are
a
special.
different species. Yes,
specially
I agree
made.
with that.
Yes.
I agree with that. Specially made.
Yes.
But there are people, I saw somebody put up a comment on Facebook the other day about they have a friend who got a clot in the leg after taking the vaccination. But who is to say that clot was not there before? Did the clot just develop as a result of the vaccination? and it's sickening because people are behaving as though there were no ailments before vaccination, and there will be no ailments even after
I don't want you to say before vaccination. We have to be absolutely clear. There were no ailment before COVID-19.
Before COVID-19, yes.
Because there have always been vaccination since the 1600s.
Yes.
I think the first vaccine that was developed was for... No, I don't think it was polio. It was for something else. What was the first vaccine that was developed? I know that I'm getting older because I'm trying to remember now. What was the first vaccine that was ever developed, Duncan?
I don't remember. I should, but I don't remember right now. I know
it, but it's not polio. Polio was very early, but it was not for polio. Just Google it. They will tell you. And those, and so for hundreds of years now, we have had vaccines. In Grenada alone, smallpox. That is what it was. Smallpox was the first vaccine that was developed
in 1796.
Right, hundreds of years ago. And from then onwards, we have seen the creation and the development of several other vaccines.
Right.
And in Grenada alone, as a small country, I believe there are about 23 or 25 different vaccines that have been administered before COVID-19 vaccine. For smallpox, for measles, for polio, for whooping cough, rubella, mumps, measles, tetanus, you know, counted and going. Children have been taking it, adults have been taking it for years. And during all those years, people had blood clots, they had thrombosis, they had problems, they had everything. Why has it never been attributed to any of those other vaccines? So, I mean, it is a very lame excuse.
It is lame.
That is being made to say, well, oh, the vaccine is causing this and the vaccine is causing that. The vaccine don't cause any of those things. People may discover that they have that after they take the vaccine. But they have probably always had it. They probably was never diagnosed before. Maybe they had no reason to go to a doctor before.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe they never even checked on, take serious a pain they was having.
But not only that, because of all of the talk that is going around of vaccines, of what the vaccine can do and the side effects and so on, persons have not been paying so much close attention to the things that are going on with their bodies. Maybe you've been having a pain in your leg for so long, but you never really bothered with it until you got vaccinated and somebody told you, oh, well, you should check that out and because of the vaccine. You understand? So it's a lot of different things that can cause you to identify. And maybe it is a fact, or maybe it is that the vaccine is actually helping you in that way because you are able now to identify a problem that you have had lingering. Because now you're paying attention to what your body is telling you because you've had something foreign put in and you want to make sure that everything is kosher. So you're paying extra attention and you've identified something that probably was there before. Now, this is not us making excuses for persons experiencing side effects from vaccination. This is a real possibility. People will experience side effects, some more adverse than others. But the fact of the matter is, vaccination is going to do us more good than it is going to do us harm. Now, I heard yesterday people were all in a riot because the Minister of Health said that if the Delta variant comes to Grenada, people will die. There is absolutely nothing untrue about that statement. As a matter of fact, that is the realest statement that he can make because it is the truth. The fact of the matter is, a matter of fact, you don't even have to be the Delta variant. Any variant of the coronavirus that is running rampant here in Grenada, people will die. It will happen. We just want to hope. We just want to hope. And we want to put things in place so that that person that passes away is not you.
But what about the statement that people is getting angry about?
They find he shouldn't say that. But there's nothing wrong in what he has said. It is the truth. It is the raw, undiluted truth that if COVID-19 runs rampant in the state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, people will die. There is nothing untrue about that statement. It will happen. Who will die? We do not know. Because COVID has been so unpredictable in its actions that people whom were deemed healthy have passed away. People who have underlying conditions have passed away. Children have passed away. So we cannot say that if it runs rampant, okay, well, at least we have a little hope because it may just be the people who have underlying conditions or who are a little ill that may pass away. There is no guarantee for that. There is absolutely no guarantee that when COVID-19 touches the shores of Grenada,
well, it has already touched
touches us in a debilitating way, where we are seeing the real effects of COVID-19, that people will not die.
I think it's safer to say if we lose control,
yes,
the management systems that has been put in place, the way the institution, the health institution, and the workers within the health system has operated, if there is a breakdown of any degree, when we see another outbreak in our country, because it has hit our shores already.
Yes.
COVID is here. We have had close to 170 cases, one death attributed to it. What would happen is if it start or it gets here and start running wild. And it is not impossible, because we have seen in the very recent past that people from several of the neighboring islands where COVID-19 is very prevalent, St. Vincent, case in point, Trinidad and Tobago, case in point, Venezuela, Colombia. There have been nationals from these islands that have entered into our country, not through the legal and normal means coming through the airport or the seaport, but getting themselves in on small boats and rafts, if possible. I don't know what else they've used. And through our little bays and inlets or peninsulas, as they would sometimes be referred to, and interact with our people.
Yes.
And the troubling fact is that these people didn't just get up one morning and decide, I'm taking a boat, and wherever the wind drifts me, that's where I will end up. They have had their plans. Yeah. They must have been in contact with individuals within our state, whether they are nationals or non-nationals.
Yeah.
These individuals must have made plans, determining where, which bay, which beach they should come in, how they will get them from the beach to wherever they live, how they would safeguard and protect them, give them living quarter, living space and what have you. So we have to be careful as a people. We are advocating and doing things to allow this virus to spread. And then we turn around and we blame the administration. Then we turn around and we get angry with the government for wanting to put measures in place. We turn around and we say, well, there ain't no COVID in Grenada, and why they want to stop carnival, and why we can't play jab or play our fancy mass or do whatever. The government is quite aware of the fact that you can lock borders as much as you want to. You can stop aircraft from flying into Grenada. You can stop every ship, every boat, every vessel from anchoring at our ports. But yet still people can and will come.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, look, Anguilla is a small country. Very small. It's kind of almost as one of the safer countries. They have a serious issue now.
Yep.
Most of it is because people are coming in from Martinique and other places and entering into the little island.
St. Kitts and Nevis as well.
See, in a similar way. You know, not declaring themselves, not being able to be tested, not being quarantined. So the government is doing what they're doing in a proper way, because I hear the conversation sometimes, so, well, why don't the government just lock down the airport? Of course they can. But they are managing what they're doing at the airport level. That is the reason why they are able to pick up anyone who comes into this country legally and is positive with the virus. Because they get tested, they have to be quarantined, and if they are positive, they of course will quarantine them until they are cleared.
Yeah.
Yes? Those we need to worry about are the ones who come in illegally. The ones whom our people try to hide and sneak in. The ones whom we protect, that coming on the bays and inlets, that comes in on the small vessels, and we continue to hide them away from the police and the immigration, and we don't declare their arrival in the country. They ride the bus, they go to the shop, they sit by the bar, and if by chance they are positive, they are the greatest threat to us. So we want to have carnival, and these very people can come in and interact and jump on mass, and then people say, but we could do with carnival with just our locals. Of course, our locals. We don't have to allow anybody else to come in. But do we know about those that they let come in and hide them? Look, just in St. Patrick's not too long ago, there were 5 people out of St. Vincent that came here. I knew at one time the authorities had caught up with about 3. I don't know if they found the other. Look, Trinidad coming to Petit Martinique.
And
a
Trinidad's
gentleman.
borders are opening very soon.
And come on. Let's act sensible.
We have a call on the line, Mr. Bowler. Hello, good morning. Caller, good morning. Oh no, we seem to have lost that caller. We'll try again. Yeah. We do have to be sensible. And I've heard, actually this morning I was listening to the radio and somebody made a very, very, very good point that we have to take cognizance of, Mr. Bola. We speak about population control. We speak about government wanting to eliminate some governments wanting to eliminate portions of the population so that it will be better managed. We'll continue after we take this call. Hello, good morning.
Oh, yes, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to the doc.
Yeah. Good morning.
How are you doing today?
You hearing him?
Yes, have a good day.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
we're hearing better now.
No, the issue, vaccine and COVID issue again.
Can't get over it.
I don't know. Do you think money is a problem in the world?
Money is a problem in the world.
But when you say money, explain. Lack of, availability of, what?
No, money, just money. Is money a problem?
Well, it all depends on how you look at it.
What?
Money could be a problem. Money could be a blessing. Money could be, it depends on what you use it for. The very things that money can do to bring you enjoyment and peace and security and safety and whatever else we look for, money can do the very opposite for you as well.
Right. No, let me tell you why I ask you this, because I have been preaching this for too long. I've been saying inflation because I know we're getting to this point where the economy was not behaving, not great, I'm talking about only, where the economy will not behaving in a way for people's sustenance financially. And my point is that we do not have insufficient money in the world. We do not have insufficient money. To me, we have too much money in the world based on the needs of people. We also have too much food. We don't have a short supply of food in the world. The problem is we're not paying attention to people's development, people's well-being, people's needs. And money is not the only thing, but money is the mainstay, the most important right now. Is the money for someone, because we're doing trade. And if we do not make money available, we're likely to have this problem being compounded more and more. And that's the reason why you see, I said to you on your program, and I said on many other programs, I made a recommendation, and I'm very serious about it. Because the United Nations, the World Bank, have already said now that they are going to make loans easier, financial support easier for countries like us, the Caribbean, small countries, undeveloped and developing countries. But I'm saying go one step further. Could you give every adult from 18 years $5,000 monthly for the next 20 years? So we could actually manage people, say, okay, we're going to shut down now in a way where the things we have, the supply we have on the market, we're going to have the trade still. But to slow the activities down so that people will not be able to move as freely as they want, they will only be able to go to the supermarket and back home. So you shut business down to some extent. And key businesses will be operated for the next 20 years. Because you see, once we do not do that, people will break the law. They will move when we wanted to move. Because you see, you didn't shut down the economy. You didn't give them money. How do they survive? You have to find a way to survive. And so I didn't say this thing because I just wanted to say. I've been saying this for a number of years. Inflation, because we do not have sufficient transaction money. We have a lot of money in the world, but it is in huge bank accounts not being used.
So let me just pitch in something. I hear your point, and it's not the first time you have been making it, but money is used as what they call a medium of exchange, right?
Yes.
And I think you are alluding to the fact, probably not recognizing it. If you have an oversupply of it, if there's too much of it in existence, in circulation, then the mere value and the purpose as a medium of exchange would be depreciated, so to speak. It would not, because if I have enough money to do every single thing that I want to do,
then and everybody else is just like me, being able to do everything because they have so much money. I don't know.
Then money will lose its value.
Its value. That's what I'm thinking.
No, here is what I will do because I want to run the world. Here's what I will do.
You want to run the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will give you the money.
Yes.
I will give you the money. But I monitor the money.
Yes.
And if you're going to use the money for other purposes other than the legitimate one,
yes,
I will freeze certain quantity from the bank. So you will not be able to take this money and do exactly what you want if you want to get in crime. I'm going to freeze some of the money.
Okay.
You're overspending unnecessarily. I am going to take away from your account the ability to do this thing. And when this is right, I'm going to put it back. I'm not going to take it forever. I'll put it back. So I'm going to manage you then. Because you see, you have a responsibility to put every single adult who is qualified to work, I say not only academically, but everybody who wants to work and have the ability to work, you have a responsibility to ensure that they have a job, because that is how they will be able to survive. If they don't have the things they need to survive, they can't survive. So you have to put them to work. So once there is a problem where people can't be put to work because there is as you call, short supply of money as it relates to people employing, you will have social problems. So I'm cutting out the problem. I'm giving you sufficient, but I am monitoring you. Even the business people too, You have $10 million that you're not going to use. I'm going to withdraw it and put it in a safe place for you. And if you need it for the right purpose, I give you back. So I will control in such a way where we will not have the problem.
Okay.
You see? And we need to get to that point where we recognize that it is the lack of jobs and lack of money, lack of the ability to survive, lack of the ability to earn to meet your needs that is creating all of the problems.
Okay.
So once you don't stop that, you will have a lot of social problems. Look at what happened in Haiti. I have been talking to my friends about the Haiti situation long before. And I said, look, I see something happening because I listen from time to time. This gentleman just doesn't want to go. And it's not only in Haiti, in other African countries, the same thing is happening too. And I'm afraid that the stress level is rising in the Caribbean. And so you never know what will happen in another country. So I'm saying here, socially, let us look at the brain and how the brain works. And I think Ms. Duncan is very good there because, she's an educationalist. The brain is a fascinating machine, but it could only take certain amount of load. And if you overload the brain, you doesn't know what the brain will tell you to do in a split second.
Well, I hope it would only tell us to do good things, eh?
Right.
Hope and pray.
So you know what? We have to ensure that we tone down the pressure. We have to tone down the pressure. Our psychologists have now come out from the and say the right thing and do the right thing. Look, Miss Duncan just related a case there. Read the gentleman and his daughter. And it all comes from a breakdown, a mental breakdown that causes those things. What caused that mental breakdown? We have to find it out. And so I'm just putting this thing out there as a teaser because I like this subject, this brain and psychology. I like it because you see, it is through talking and saying the right thing, but acting in the right way that will solve problems, not acting irrationally. As I heard the Prime Minister say some time ago, yet he recognized that it doesn't make sense going and make more laws because the laws is not solving the problem. And he is right. Laws may create more problems based on how you make the law and what you make the law for. Whereas if you sit down with a group of people who are creating problems, you may be shocked that you need not make a law because you could solve the problem just by sitting down in a conversation. And so that's why I'm asking our psychologists not to come forward because something is happening in the region and in Grenada and the rest of the world. And our specialists, psychologists, have to identify the solution to the problem. I know it has a lot to do with economics. And so if it's economics, then we have to deal with it because if the economics is not playing, then we break down socially. And I am worried, I am worried. I have children, and I am worried for the children I've seen outside there and the way they behave. And somebody needs to intervene, but intervene in the right way, where you have the expert coming to say and do the right thing before we become angry and stressful overall situation, let us go to the next level.
All right. Well, we thank you so much. It was a lot more than a mouthful, but, you know, we have to chew on it, as we say.
I know you have the capacity to take that load. Both
Yes.
of you.
Yes. We're grateful for your contribution. As per usual, thank you so much. We'll try to move on with the topic and give other people a little chance to give their views as well. Take good care, and it's a Friday, so enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, all right. Oh, having said it's a Friday, I just want to remind those who are listening, the St. David's constituency, they are having a fundraiser today. I think it's a luncheon, Northwest St. George's as well.
As well, yeah.
Yeah, and St. Andrew's Northeast. They will be, I think, from about midday, from about lunchtime, just out there by Trevor Booker's place, Dunfermline Bridge. Last night I passed by, the tents was already up. I think we have another caller coming in.
Yeah.
The tents were up. So just go out there. They have, barbecue. They have a bar, little music, and so enjoy yourself.
We have another call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Duncan and Mr. Bola.
Morning, my dear.
Yes, very interesting topic today.
Yes, we're trying.
But I want to, stick on the vaccination.
Right.
Go right ahead.
And I just want to, before I begin that, I just want to say that February, only in 2020, we have seen the COVID pandemic hit the wall.
Yeah.
And we have seen the devastation out there.
Yeah.
Many people in America die, England, all over the world, And when in this year, February, I was more than happy to see that we got vaccines so that we'll be able to go through this pandemic, And February to now, I mean, I'm a little troubled, and because I find that pace we go in is very slow, and I, as Ms. Duncan pointed out, and you pointed out, the conspiracy theories more or less hit the waves and so on, and then our people just run for it without checking out the information and so on, and that is sad.
So sad.
Because the world is looking at us in Grenada, how very rich, where we are, when you look at it, the work that our frontline people have been doing, our minister and the team and each and every one, the police force, the Coast Guard, you could see, everybody playing their part in the front line, Even people like you and others in the media, calling the people that have done commercials, heightening the vaccination, you know what I mean? And I just believe that we as a people have to do a little more in really talking to our friends and families and so on, especially at the community level, to encourage to go and get the vaccine. Because you can organize a little group, and then you will call, what's his name, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yes, and he will organize and come just right next to your doorstep, So I'm pleading to my people, you know what I mean? I'm pleading to my people, let us all do what we can in our little corners, in our little community, to really encourage our brothers and sisters to take the vaccine. Because, trust me, some people taking that as a joke,
Yes.
And our ministers say, well, many, go there. I don't want to go too much on it, but what I'm saying, if a pandemic hit us, as you were talking about what had happened over the months, with suppose the people that came in illegally was positive.
It was positive, yes.
Yeah.
You know what would have happened? So,
maybe we won't be around to talk about it now.
Exactly. So this is a call for concern because we are open and wrong,
Yes.
So I want to urge my people, let us go out there and take the vaccine to protect our lives and our livelihood. And I just also want to compliment the Carriacou leaders for what I've seen, the confidence that I have in them in really engaging and more or less looking forward for peace and hope in the countries within the region. Our Prime Minister, hats off to him as well. And I have seen what had transpired in Guyana and what I've seen now, you know. So I hope and pray that that new trust and new development in Haiti will come overboard, and we all pray for the people of Haiti. And
Very
also
important.
our people in this country, please, 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 let's go take our vaccine. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you
wonderful
too.
day and
Thank you
weekend.
too. Thank you too for your contribution. Enjoy your weekend. Yep. As she just mentioned Haiti, you know, our hearts go out there and our sympathies to the family of the, president who was assassinated. And so, Haiti has always been that sort of troubled Caribbean island. But, we hope things will change sooner than later.
We have another call on the line. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Miss Jacob. How are you? But we're not hearing you. Right,
You
that's
are better. You're better
Good
now,
morning.
Miss Jacob. You're planning so much big thing for the birthday party that you didn't sleep last night?
I just quiet. I don't want no radio on in my house, is to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just staying quiet.
That's how you intend to celebrate the birthday? That's how you intend to celebrate the birthday? Quiet?
Well, tomorrow again.
Tomorrow is the birthday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I know it's tomorrow, but I mean, if she start the quietness too.
Yeah.
No, you got to pray first.
Oh, you're praying
Yeah,
today?
first. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, tomorrow. So you have to give God thanks and praise. And so I don't celebrate my birthday.
Okay.
Make good
Whole
sense.
day praise.
Make
And
good
then
sense.
The day of my birthday, we papa
You gain on.
and gain on. Yes. Oh Lord, that day, oh my God. And this year, it would be 74 years of age.
Well, congratulations.
God, for that day.
You're scoring well.
What
But
I go through, I tell Daddy, Satan coming. I don't really know bad Satan, man, I'm blocking it.
yes.
It's Bali saying and me, I block it in the name of Jesus.
You batting. The Bible says 70 and many more for those who have been faithful.
Amen.
So I see you pass it, man. You go century, take your time back, block all Satan ball.
I'm blocking all Satan ball. He bring all type of ball that's me. He bring a white, he bring a blue, he bring a green, he bring a red. All type of ball. This time I see him coming with a black.
With a black ball?
Black it, man.
According to them people bongs and all, you playing everything?
Everything.
You why not a little girl who used to play cricket if you did? You remember I think there's a called Grongzi?
Yes.
Where they roll in the ball come up to you?
Yes.
I guess Satan might try to bowl you a Grongzi too.
Now they can't bowl me a gongzi. They won't make it with a gong.
Oh Lord, Miss Jacob.
Oh God, you can bring that lady one of these days. Bring her to see me.
Which one, the lady inside here?
Yes.
Well, one of the days when she's not busy, because as soon as the program finished, she just go on to do other work. I just go on to do other work. So one day when things are a little slow.
So you can come up by me tomorrow.
No, for me for sure, tomorrow is bad. It's outside. Yes, there's so much that I have still in place to do. I have a relative that buries next Wednesday, and then I'll have to be in Parliament, and then I had to do something, a tribute. So I'm preparing that to have another family member do on my behalf. There's a lady who is here from the U.S. She should be coming out of quarantine. If not this evening, tomorrow, please God, I have to take her around. Yes, today is her final day. And I promise, things has been organized since she was out there planning the trip, some places that I have to bring her to.
take photos and see things.
On the side of West
On the side of West
Nice hotel down here.
There is no hotel she want to go to, man.
That's a restaurant. That's a hotel.
She doing some research on something, so I have to bring her in some places to get.
Food and things?
Yeah.
Is it food and things?
Not food. Not food. I am a food man, you remember I'm from La Pochino, that is Saraka village. No. It's not to do with that on them at all. Not to do with that at all. I mean, I'm really tired already. Tomorrow, please God, Sunday, God's willing, if we survive it. But we go find you sometime, Miss Jacob. I'll have to keep reminding Duncan that as soon as there's a day when things are not too busy. Yeah, I have an idea where you're living. I've never been by your home, but I have a good idea. But we could call you and you'll give us.
Which part?
And you'll give us direction. Is when you're going up after you pass the road to go up to Lakalum. There's the other road. We're talking about by the restaurant. Somewhere up the top up there, not up there you living?
You pass the street restaurants and bar and you come right up.
But that's what I tell you, I have an idea. I don't know the exact place. But I could find you that is Grenada, and I speak in English and I speak a little bit at Patois, not much.
God.
Little, so I could ask people.
Well, I'm telling you, Stone Street restaurants and bar, they could speak Patois too because she was in England.
Okay.
So she's an English lady.
Okay.
So could pick out type of thing, she could pick it up.
She could pick it up.
I tell you, I don't have a restaurant, I have a hotel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hear you there.
Well, Miss Jacob, you continue to enjoy the rest of your quiet day as you gear up for the birthday tomorrow.
Yes, sweetheart.
All right?
Thank you very much.
You have a wonderful day.
And we have to remember. Yes, we will.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Be not afraid, my dear lady. He is with you and we will pray for you.
Yes. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
And you as well, so take good care. Enjoy the day today and advance happy birthday greetings to you.
Very much.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Bonner, before the a couple calls before, I was going to make enlighten you on something I heard this morning as relates to the conspiracy theory that this vaccination, not even COVID-19, the vaccination, is for population control, mass population. They want to kill out all the poor people and so on and things, so we don't take in no vaccine. Not even COVID-19, but the vaccination. Now, this is how ridiculous this thing is. If you look at the populace of Grenada, if you look at when you look at the lines of people going to get vaccinated and so on, just look at who is getting vaccinated and then compare it to the people who are meting out these conspiracy theories, who are talking about it and saying it on social media and so on. I just want people to think about that for a while. Now, the aim of population control, if there ever was, would be to get rid of whom? Not the people who are considered a burden to governments around the world, who are considered to be more of a liability. So persons who would depend heavily on government resources, who would be a burden to the healthcare system and all of these things. These are the people you don't want to get rid of in a population control.
I don't know, because I don't know of any government that is a bit, with the exception of China at one time,
right,
when they wanted to control
how many
the
children?
explosion of the population.
Right.
They put something in place by controlling the number of children that you have. So they had the one child policy, one child per family. Now they have reversed that, and people can now have 2 and possibly 3 children. I don't know that they did make something to kill people. I've also heard the
but I'm
theory.
saying in the event that there were to be a population control, and this is what the theory states, that you'd want to get rid of the people who are burdensome to society, basically. So you lessen on that, you keep the educated and those who contribute mostly to society to help build the society, right? That's what the theory states. Now, really and truly, if you wanted to get rid of a society or through population control, through vaccination, why would you create something that the whole population has to take?
Maybe for cover up.
But how do you identify who is big? And that is
you
how.
don't hear anything at metal in it, so they know who they're attracting.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
The people
you
who
just
say,
explain it for me to understand.
the people who saying this foolishness, excuse my wording, don't believe that they are rational-minded people who can think, One young lady told me she understands that this is a vaccine to get rid of black people. I said, but look at craziness.
Well,
but if it is, if that was the case, why is it that Africa, who should have the most black people in the world per population, is the continent that is being most starved for the vaccine?
Absolutely.
Is the continent where the vaccine is not going?
Yep.
The leaders continue to beg and plead to the WHO and others, please allow us to get more, or at least open a factory, a plant in Africa so that we can produce for ourselves.
Yep.
Now, if that was the case, I would imagine those who made it would want to send more of these vaccines.
Of course.
To Africa. Why China? Why Russia? Why Israel?
If AstraZeneca, but not only that, if AstraZeneca is meant to get rid of black people, because they would say, okay, well, it's not all vaccines, it's just the AstraZeneca. If that was the case, then why is it that the vaccines are the vaccine that is most available to the African population is Johnson's and Johnson's?
I mean, some of these theories.
And sometimes it just takes a little extra research, a few more brain cells, and a little bit of logic for some people to see that the nonsense that they're saying is just that, nonsense. We have a call on the line, Mr. Bola. Hello?
Good morning, Miss Duncan. Morning, sweetheart.
Good morning. How are you?
Duncan and Mr.
Morning, Miss Kami.
Bola, yes, good morning. I listen to you all sometime you all come on, eh?
Yes.
Good morning to Grenada, everybody in America and England all about. Anyhow, we're talking about the vaccine, and then Miss Duncan spoke about this child abuse.
Yes.
And that was on my mind since yesterday, because a police officer yesterday showed me two of the false picture on Facebook. And I seen that man with this little girl. The child is talking about with the abortion. I see that man walking in the street all the time. The man does speak to me and tell me how to make some good points on the radio. And they have this man outside, they don't put that man in the jail. How they don't think of that man?
Well, they arrested him yesterday.
It's advantage for that child to be going through abortion,
Yep.
And the child reporting this man doing that. No, I want to make an appeal to parents. Whenever your children tell you something happens, don't doubt them.
Yeah.
There is a lot of these things happening in this country.
Yep.
It is too sad.
It is.
Very sad.
That scar will never go away from that child.
Yeah.
That man was dressed so nice. Big red man. The man is a big red, a white man,
Yes.
We need a white man. The man meeting me all the time, and I mean, come on, you don't have a heart. Who's that friend with the little girl?
Whom they say should be his daughter, I think.
What's something wrong with that man? That's how the man go and pay money with any. Yeah, people that will take money with the bowler. Yeah, people that they don't mind. I want to dismiss they have to pressure that man. They have to pressure. I have 3 boy children, and if any one of my boy children do that to anybody child, he has to pay. It won't be me.
Yep.
They have to pay for what they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they must alter that man.
Yeah.
All time must alter pig. You unchild, you interfere.
Castration. Yes.
That's what Miss Duncan want for them. You know, she always pushing that.
Yes.
You alter big.
Yes.
That to do that man now because how you could interfere your own child. A child that they're in a house with you. And you know what you're doing to her. Why she in run and ball?
Yep.
Children, when them men do that, you have to run out and ball. Make noise. Because if you go in the station and the police don't listen, when you come out and them go outside and ball, make noise, so never will come out. Lord have mercy.
Yep.
What is going on?
It's vexing, eh?
What's going on?
We need to pray more. We need to pray more, Miss Cammy. We have to pray more.
I pray every day. I don't only pray because for years I pray as a praying mother, you know, because I have children. I want to alter that man and put up that man on the MTV and put him on GBN.
Yeah.
It's time that people know them.
Yep.
That man is dressed so nice. Mr. Bola. That man is dressed so nice. And the man talked to me not long, right and left with 3 days.
Yeah, okay.
It's too sad. It's just too sad with his 4 children.
Yep.
So sometimes when you see them little girls on the terminal and I'm telling them take the bus, I start to think now. Sometimes they don't want to go home.
They're afraid home. Because things was home. Yeah.
I start to think different now.
Yep.
Sometimes I say take all the bus, but they don't want to go because they're home waiting.
I mean, we laugh, Miss Cammy, not because the issue is a joke.
They have to do something about that.
Yes.
I agree.
If somebody tell me a man interfered a little child.
Yes.
What a 2-year-old could turn you on as a big man. What a little 2-year-old could do to you. Lord, have mercy, Grenada.
Yeah.
Have a good day, sir. You all have a blessed weekend.
You as well. God bless you, and I wish you the very best. Health and strength. Take care.
Yes,
Take care.
And Mr. Watson, everybody out there. Sheldon, good morning. Mr. Bola,
My dear.
I have one little granddaughter in Grenada, yeah?
Yes.
And she living with her mother.
Yes.
But any man or any woman tries, I don't know fight against us before. But Mr. Bola, and I know the world listening, anybody try with my granddaughter, they're having a hard time. I don't want no police question.
You taking the case in your own hand? You can't take it in your own hand, you know, Miss Cammy.
I don't want no police case. You understand? Because every day she passes by me, I speak to her. I said, do not take things from people. And I said, don't let nobody touch you. I just talk to her. I tell her raw.
Yes.
I just tell her raw as everything.
Yes.
Anyhow, you all have a blessed weekend.
Be good now.
We
Be
just
good.
never get that man bail.
Yeah.
Be good. Be good.
You
Take
have a
care.
good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Miss Cammy. You know, sometimes when these issues turn up in the public and people get to know about it, and we are aware. I mean, these things are hundreds of years old, from as early as there was creation.
Yeah.
It is better known now because social media and you know, people's ability and lack of fear to speak out now is greater than before. But you know, incest and rape and child sexual molestation, and so based on studies go back way into the centuries. It was always like a sort of taboo subject matter that children themselves was afraid to report and to talk about it. Some family members condoned it because they felt it was okay. You have some mothers who condone it, especially if it's a stepdaughter of the man, because he's the breadwinner, he's the person who brings an income into the house. You don't want to lose the source of income. So there are some parents in some instances that keep it as a hush-hush matter. It's being opened up a lot more in recent years than before. So we're getting to know more and more about it.
Yeah.
But I think we must be very proactive in the way we try to deal with it.
Absolutely. We have a call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Duncan. Morning, Mr. Bola.
Good morning.
How are you all?
We're fine.
I ain't sounding as healthy like you, but I'm good. I have life.
All right. I realize Miss Duncan get a seconder.
and not only second, hey, she might be all about 10th. She get a 10th or 11th already.
Yeah.
It's me alone standing by myself still, you know.
Well, 60 million Frenchmen could not be wrong, eh?
Yeah, but that don't mean they're right still, eh? They say majority rule, but they're not always correct.
that is true. But this is a really sad situation. I mean,
absolutely.
I heard of the incident, and knowing the individual involved, it sort of sent some shivers because this is somebody who knows better.
Yes. Yep.
So I am wondering if we shouldn't be looking at this thing from a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there are some spiritual connotations there.
Maybe.
Yeah, because, I mean, an educated man with sense, common sense, experience knows better. Maybe these people just cannot help themselves. Maybe there's something. I mean, the spiritually inclined people would tell you definitely is, it's a spiritual warfare because, my God, how could you?
Yep.
How could you? I mean, come on.
We don't know.
I know the Ministry of Agriculture and Tourism are always preaching, eat what you grow and grow what you eat, but that's not what they meant.
Oh, God.
So some people are taking it in the wrong sense then.
Yeah, that's not what they meant, man. You need to nourish what you need to help what you plant to grow.
Yes.
You don't eat it, and it usually farmers you bring your things to the market to sell. You don't always have to. Come on.
He and be having like some fishermen we know they sell all the fish and they buy back a neck.
That is, no. This is. I mean, I feel pity for the gentleman, honestly, because it must be a point where he was unable to control himself.
It appears to be that, but I think psychological evaluation and everything must be done on people like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to excuse them. I'm really not going down that road.
No, they have to get the punitive measures that have to be
Yes. But I think we need to investigate, and I've said that since the last time we brought the topic up. We need to do deeper, more.
Yeah, this is much deeper. This is deeper. I think. Mr. Bola, I kind of grew up in church too. Eh?
Yes, I know that.
I deviated a bit, and there are a whole lot of spiritual connotations to this, man.
Yes.
I think we really, really, really have to stop preaching that this Grenada is a Christian nation and really start showing it.
Yeah.
Yep. Acting it instead of talking it.
I could have never in my wildest dreams suspected or even phantom the fact that this gentleman could do this.
Yeah. No, but you won't be able to do that, but the studies will tell you 85% at least of the people who practice or carry out those incidents are generally people that you are acquainted to, well known to, and most likely family members. Wow. A lot of research has gone into those things internationally already and trying to figure out who are the greatest perpetrators. And it's generally the people right in your footstool, the people who pamper you, the people who tell you, oh, you're lovely, they hug you, they do. But they do it with intention. The innocent minds, the little boys and little girls, are thinking that what they are getting is real agape love.
Genuine
agape love, as they call it. But what these people have is romanticism for them.
Man, this is a sickness.
A sickness, of course. I believe it's a sickness.
Man.
Yes.
I mean, come on, man.
It has to be.
Miss Duncan seems to. She has a preaching voice. Miss Duncan, you must pray hard, eh?
Well, she says that she prays. I can't tell you whether that is truthful or not, but she says so.
I believe she does. I believe she does.
I pray.
I believe she does.
When you're a parent, you have to be constantly praying.
Yeah, come on, man. And in case you guys just, sensitize the nation more, man.
Absolutely. Well, we do our best, and I expect no carnival this year, but maybe Calypso could still sing. I might hear one about that.
Oh, God.
It's already there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my brother, all the best to you to enjoy the rest of the day and have a fantastic weekend as well. Health and strength. God be with you.
It really is a sickening thing, Mr. Bola. Really, really. I mean, you can't even begin to fathom how these children are going to spend the rest of their lives having to deal with this kind of hurt.
A lot of work has to be done with them.
A lot. We have
They
another
need
caller.
all the support they can get
Absolutely.
from all the people who can surround them.
Absolutely. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are everything?
Good. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Let me just say, I heard some statement concerning about the holiday, 2 days holiday. When people say the government take back 2 days holiday for carnival. So I have to ask myself the question. The 2 days, the Monday and the Tuesday, was given because of carnival. Right? But if there is no carnival, so why should people still want the holiday?
No, them alone could say. I don't know why.
Why they should want this 2 day holiday? I wonder if they take a 2 day holiday, but don't pay other 2 days for your holiday. Which one will they accept? Accept to take the
I don't know who will agree to that, no?
That's it. No one will agree to that. Because we like too much of holidays. Right? Because you know when they work, holiday, they still get that 2 days pay. Right? No, but I'm saying, I can understand how people could just try and get that. Oh, the government take away the 2 days holiday. Why they want to take it away for? Wait, it was a carnival you're giving for because of the carnival. And if there is no carnival, I don't see why should the government leave the 2 days holiday. I support the government with taking that 2 days holiday. When things come back as normal, and we want carnival left, we get back 2 days holiday. You get it back.
Well, of course, the legislation is only for this year, you know?
Exactly. So then if you want the 2 days holiday back, get vaccine. Take a vaccine. Now, when people take a vaccine, and 80% of people take a vaccine, we're going to say, we think could be better than how it is presently.
Yeah.
Because you have 20,000 people, right? Vaccinated?
Just about, I believe. I haven't heard the
Over
latest
20,000.
list. It's past 20,000 now. Okay.
But over the 20,000 that people are vaccinated, how much are took the double dose, the 2 doses?
Well, over 10,000 took the double dose.
So
more than half of what, yes.
Okay. So then if people come out, they want the 2 days holiday, they want a carnival, go and get vaccinated. I can't get vaccinated. I'm just going to say again, to men, have a heart, have a love for children, because you are father of children. You are children. Love your children. Respect your children. And to me, I cannot understand how a big man could watch a 2 years child and want to make love to a 2 years child. And so I tell the first name is Duncan, Mr. Buller. The men, some of the men, they have the wife home.
Some of them do, yes.
Right?
Yes.
And some of the men, they will get this happen. My friend, they see the men who will go on the street. Right? They might try to go and take a two-wheeler thing in a yard or two. Right? And the men who expect him to look not to be role models. Some of these men indulge in doing that kind of thing. Right? So that was saying, never judge a man by his look at the way he dressed.
Yes.
Because the men that will sit outside, they dressing nice. Right? And speaking nice.
He's gone? No, he's
so, Mr. Duncan, Mr. Bola, you all have a wonderful God bless you. Have a happy weekend.
You too.
You take care. Have a good one. Have a good day. A good weekend.
We have another call.
We have another call coming in.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Ms. Duncan and Brother Bola.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, so Ms. Duncan, when I called you Ms. Duncan, it's because if I don't call you Ms. Duncan, I will say my daughter. Brother Bola, I'm much older than Brother Bola, but I will call him Brother Bola because he's older than you.
Yes.
Yes, I am. Definitely.
That's why I'm saying Miss Duncan and Brother Bola. But Miss Duncan, don't get offended because I will call you my daughter.
That's quite all right.
Listen, I've been listening, and you know I've been listening every day.
Yes.
If you all know the voice.
Yes, we do. We do.
Yeah, and I'm moved about the vaccination because there's a lot of hypocrisy going on. I can say it. A lot of hypocrisy with some people who are putting things on the media, on the social, whatever they call it.
Yes.
Because they send them to me too. And now there's some of them, I do, they keep coming to Grenada, and some of them are there. They live in the diaspora. And I always say I don't call names. They are there. They took the vaccine,
yes,
the 2 shots, because they cannot come home without taking the 2 shots.
That's correct.
They will not get on the plane. The airlines will never accept them. But they are coming home, having taken the 2 shots, and getting on the bandwagon, which they have always been even before they came home, to encourage people not to take the vaccine.
Yep.
So that's very disturbing and it's very vexing.
True.
So I would say, because I know there are some things in the matter, when people say pound the matter and the peso.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we know the matter. We know the matter.
Some things in the matter besides the peso.
Yeah. The matter.
Because I know, and I will say it's a political thing.
Okay.
They took the 2 shots, coming home, having the conversation with the partisans, and encouraging people on the media not to take it. Hypocrisy. I hope some of them are listening to me. Hypocrisy. You took it. You know it's good. You know it's going to save lives. But you want it to look bad for the government of Grenada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, my daughter and my brother have a blessed day.
You have a wonderful one. Thank you for your contribution and enjoy your weekend. Health and strength. Ms. Duncan, I know you like music. You're a singer. I'm a songer because I can't sing. There's a songer.
Okay.
Yeah. There's an artist out of Jamaica called Chuck Fender. You ever hear about that artist? You know Chuck Fender?
Yes.
A big man like you.
Rip off a 6-year-old baby.
You must find that song and you must play it.
Yep.
A big man like you put stick on the old lady.
Yep.
Yeah, Chuck Fender.
Yep.
Good music for the times.
I think it was Queen Ifrica that sang. Was it Queen Ifrica? She sang one as well about fathers, men in general.
Oh, Daddy Don't Touch Me There?
Daddy Don't Touch Me There. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm going to tell on you, I swear.
We have to play that so to encourage the little children to tell on those.
And even
who touch
Romaine
them in the
Virgo.
no-touch square.
In the no-no square, yes.
No
yes.
touch.
No, the no square.
Oh, I thought it was the no-touch squares, but well, I get it wrong.
Yes. And Romaine Virgo even sang one as well. He sang it with a little girl.
Yeah,
the children know that one well. Though.
Very well. I think it was a remix Romain did. I don't think he was the original singer of it.
No, it was the original.
He was the original.
Him and the little girl.
Yeah.
But we have to. I mean, we have to put these things on loudspeakers.
Yeah, don't let them.
Yeah. We have to put these things on loudspeakers, Mr. Bola.
So you can't queue up one of them, boy. What kind of DJ you be? You can't queue up one of them good songs there and just play it for the people for the next few minutes we have.
I could, but Mr. Bola, you're trying to make Facebook block me.
For what?
I know. You think it's so?
No. We educating the people. I mean, these music are good.
It is, but we have a caller on the line.
Okay.
So I'll think about it.
Think about it.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Duncan.
Good morning.
And good morning to Mr. Bowler.
And how are you, my brother?
Well, I'm doing very well, Mr.
Thank God.
Bola.
Thank
You
God.
know,
Good to hear your voice.
It's a mindset for me.
Yes.
Because when you're living in an island like Grenada, where we have been so safe to date,
Yes.
it gives you a sense of belongings, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
For me, it gives me this extra energy and this extra vibrancy so I can continue to defend what I support in Grenada, which is the government
Yes.
and the new national party.
Okay, brother.
No, but listen to this, Mr. Bola. And that is the height of hypocrisy, that some of us have to see through. Listen to this. I dislike the government, but I take the vaccine to secure myself and my family.
Yes.
But I'm not going to encourage you to do the same like what I have done. Mr. Bola, what kind of friend is this? I mean, if you position yourself as a leader or a future leader or an activist of any organization, I would like to believe that it is in your interest to come clean with the people. So when you raise certain issue, they can see straight through it.
Okay.
Now, the other point is that, and I make no apology for this, Mr. Bola, because sometimes it seems that this is what some people want to happen. And I've said, this is my own personal opinion. There is 110,000 of us on island. So if we refuse to take the vaccine, and we campaigning against the vaccine, and we was to end up in some serious situation as a result of people getting sick here, what is wrong with 3, 4, or 5,000 of us dying? I'm not leaving myself out.
You don't want to die?
Because I believe if 4 or 5,000 of us die, those that remain, they will be in a better position to think better. They will be in a position to realize, well, listen, you see this decision that these folks made was not the right one, and going forward, we have to, think for ourselves and do better. What is wrong, Mr. Bola? 10,000 of us, die from COVID on this island. I'm telling you, we will have a lot of happy hour, and what they don't know is that from the time they go down in the hole, we forget them.
Yeah.
And we're looking for the next happy hour.
Oh, that's why they all are so happy after that.
Yes, I don't have a problem with that. I'm serious,
I hear you, not for the first time. I'm hearing you.
Yes, and if that was to happen, in my kind of state, we will be taking care of those who sign up to be part of the solution, which means that those who took the vaccine, we're going to take care of them first. And it could have been my brother, my sister, my uncle, my aunt who did not take it for whatever reason, and I'm quite okay with giving them the final exit in a splendid way, celebrating after that. Quickly here, sir. Mr. Bola, I'm tired of the democratic process. Because the more you give people a say and a chance in the decision-making process, the more chaotic it becomes. So I believe we seriously have to start to think about creating a one-party state. True, but don't say nothing yet. Through the democratic process, by doing what is in the best interest of the people, so they will continue to re-elect you time and time after again, time and time again. So I don't want you to get there. Because Mr. Bola, there seems to be too much bureaucracy in a democracy, which stifles productivity, progress, and the development of our human resources. Because everyone seems to have a different opinion. And if you give people a say in everything, and at the end of the day you end up with nothing, who get blamed?
Yeah.
You
those
still get blamed.
Yeah, those are the
and that is the reason why, Mr. Bola, as a committed and dedicated supporter of this government, that's the reason why I like our Prime Minister so much, because he don't make decisions based on popularity.
Yes.
You know, he don't make decisions because if everybody call the radio and say that is wrong, and in his heart he know what he is doing is in the interest of the people, that does not change him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the 2 days that we're taking away for now as the holiday, Mr. Bola, sometimes people talk, and I have to remain quiet because I might be saying some wrong things to them.
I don't want you to do that at all.
But you know what? I like how they deal with the people in a home.
Yes.
So 2 days holiday. What it means, because if it was a holiday, it means that, you know, if the holiday stays, give me a second here, it's easy for people to want to play the mass and come into a commercial area.
Yes.
But if it is not a holiday, you understand? We know that you cannot do that.
Yeah.
And going forward, just when they play the mass and they violate, social media is there, so some of them, they dig in their own pit, and as a result of that, we have people who can video the situation, video the mass, and we don't have to go there to lock up 5,000 or 10,000 of them. No, but we're going to make sure that this 5,000 or 10,000 of them after carnival is over, just like we say, after the carnival over,
when the carnival
we're going
over
to deal with them.
Yes.
And I make no apology for what I'm saying here, because we have a government, Mr. Bowler, that works in the best interest of the people. They do what they believe is in the best interest of the people. And to date, they have been successful because the results of our election over the result that came as over the result that they achieved in the last 2 general elections convince them that they are doing the right thing. Mr. Bola and Ms. Duncan, I really thank you all for the time.
Thank you too for all that you have exposed, and you have a blessed day, a wonderful weekend, and of course, I tell you, we have to accept whatever choices we make, the consequences that follow, we have to deal with.
Absolutely.
Can I get it, Dirty Man?
You could get it.
Blast it.
Only because, Mr. Bola.
I'm missing, no make them, no make
Please listen.
Take advantage of you. Nah, nah, nah. Hey, young girl going to school, yeah. I'm not following nobody. 'Cause that man way I call you sexy could be twice your daddy. No time rough like Greta. Plus your mama don't want me. But please me, I beg you, no make them come mess up your body. And you dirty man, you dirty man. Leave the people picking them alone. You dirty man, you know it's wrong. So leave the people picking them alone. It's a disgrace, man. You're just a waste man, a waste man. Yeah. Hey, mommy, you feel listen to your daughter when she tell you she no happy. You see the signs that turn a blind eye. Me, I beg you to stop it. That man where you have a come take you when you left him still at Harry. You left your young girl all alone. Not take your daughter, say hello to you, dirty man. You dirty man. Leave the people picking them alone. You dirty man, you know it's wrong. Leave the people picking them alone. It's a disgrace, man. You're just a waste man.
Yes. A
Yes,
big
brothers
disgrace.
and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to continue to be a disgrace to society, a disgrace to Grenada, a disgrace to ourselves, our children. We oftentimes say, as someone mentioned before, that we are a Christian society. Let's not just say it, let's act it. Let's behave in a manner that will bring pleasure to our Creator. Let us understand that our children are meant for us to take care of them.
Yeah.
Love them in the right way, not in the way some of us intend to do. Yes, the Bible speaks about love, but I think some of us as men are taking it one step too far.
Yeah.
It's very sad, very painful, very heartbreaking when we get those stories. I mean, we always believe that things are happening, but when you don't hear it, it don't affect you as far as when it comes to light. But we appeal to those out there who are having the issues to please speak out. Don't stay silent on the issue. You know, there's several artists who have done. You know, as Ms. Duncan mentioned, Queen Africa has one that says, "Daddy, don't touch me there." You know, please.
And it's Light Them by Chuck Fender.
Yeah.
Light Them, that's what it is.
Yeah, it says. So, my friends, we've come to the end of today's program. It was a mixture of, you know, our appeal to those of us who are still very hesitant. Some of us with reason and we want more information, some of us with no good reason at all. But let's accept the fact that the issue of this pandemic is not going to go away with the wind or with the hurricane season or with the misinformation that we get. Because we are seeing and we are hearing, and the world is preparing, and the WHO has said, the Delta variant that we're now seeing will be something that we'll have to deal with for a while.
Yeah.
And it is now becoming the major problem as it relates to COVID-19.
Yeah.
Far worse than what it started off as far worse than what COVID-19 started off as. And while, yes, we have that basic human right to make choice, be assured, let us all be assured, that the choices, or the choice that any one of us make, comes with a consequence.
Yeah.
The bad has its consequence, the good has its consequence.
Yeah.
And if we make bad choices, expect the results to be bad. Good choices, we should at least expect the results to be good.
Yeah.
So as we move into the weekend, I trust that we will understand that we need to be respectable, we need to be responsible, we need to listen, not just to what people say, but to analyze, be of a good judgment, and let us not create an atmosphere that can escalate conflict, but let's try to be a peacemaker at all time. Obey the rules of the land. Understand what the leaders are trying to do. And if we don't agree with them, there will be a time when we can exercise our franchise to show our disagreement. But for now, we need to obey the law. So please, no carnival. Let us not create no carnival-like atmosphere. Let us not be disrespectful to the lawmen, the police officers, when they are especially in the execution of their duties. I appeal to every one of us, young as well as senior, boys as well as girls, men as well as women, mothers, fathers, children. This is our homeland. This is our country. This is where we were born. This is what we have to protect. Let us be conscious of the things we do and the things we say. And let us try to build this nation hand in hand, each one helping the other and teaching the other to do what is correct and not necessarily what is popular. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. And I hope that when we come around next Monday for an open line, there will not be too many issues.
Yes. Oh, Lord.
You know, with lawbreakers and so that we'll have to discuss.
Yeah. Guys, we've come to the end of our program for today. And as we say here every day, and whatever you say and whatever you do, be safe and be secure. We always want to be talking with you, but we do not ever want to be talking about you. So please do enjoy the remainder of your day and have a safe weekend. Stay tuned for the National Report. It has been a pleasure, guys.
Government supports bill to equip traffic wardens to effectively perform duties. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Thursday, July 8, 2021, I am Chrisanne Mitchell. A bill has been passed in the House of Representatives to provide for specified equipment to be issued to and worn by traffic wardens in the execution of their duties and for incidental matters. This is being done under the Road Traffic Amendment Bill, which was presented by Honorable Gregory Bowen, Leader of Government Business in the Lower House. An amendment was initially made to the Road Traffic Act in 2018 to accommodate the introduction of traffic wardens to assist traffic police. The wardens will be equipped with radios and torches.
Allow them to be equipped with a radio. They must contact each other. If you look at them in the street now, Mr. Speaker, unless they use a cell phone, I want the people know and call one person at a time. And if they wish to alert two different persons, two different traffic wardens, the compatriots, about anything with traffic, they have to call on the phone once, call on the phone twice. With the radio system, Mr. Speaker, once you're on the frequency, you understand that there's a traffic problem at me, and there's another traffic problem outside me. And what can be done to eliminate traffic or to bring certain measures to the end of those who violate the traffic, Mr. Speaker. And they will be in constant contact with the police, Mr. Speaker. That will allow the more efficient operations, Mr. Speaker, of both the police and the traffic wardens. So we'll be in touch and the radio and the building.
Giving support to the bill was the Honorable Oliver Joseph, Minister for Foreign Affairs, International Business and CARICOM Affairs. He commended the government on the bold step of introducing technology to enhance the performance and task of the wardens.
We have to be efficient in how we do things. This two-way radio, this two-way communication system will allow the traffic wardens to communicate with other traffic wardens and the police to alert them about serious situations where they need to communicate on. And so, this say good business. It might become absolutely just what they need to have a better one. But maybe they could just make it something and they allow everybody else. But in 2 years, this one with the two-way communication radio facilitates them and the touch. You have to get permission, you have to go in and get the law, and they have to carry out touch and then they have like situation where they have to go to. They will need that. They will need these things to facilitate the wardens in the performance of the duty.
More than $3.25 million EC dollars will be invested in the construction of approximately 2,000 meters of road from La Pastora to Windsor Forest St. David under the government's Feeder Road project. The project, which is scheduled to be completed in 12 months, will begin on Monday, July 12th. 70 to 100 people from the area will be employed on the $3.44 million EC dollar project, which will see the construction of box drains and sleeper drains. A meeting was held with the people of La Pastora and surrounding areas to outline plans to improve the road network.
The carriageway proposed right now is asphalt. We are hoping to substitute it with reinforced concrete due to the topography and other environmental issues. Also, we'll be rebuilding culverts along the roadway and necessary driveways. We'd also like to cooperate with the community in light of inconvenience that may occur during the construction.
That was Lee Phillip, engineer at Glean's Construction and Engineering Company. Contractor Peter Copplestone of Hanover Construction Company says they are ready to engage with the government and residents of the area to continue developing infrastructure in the country.
We expect to be able to complete this road within 12 months, and we will be starting on Monday. On Monday, we'll be starting with the grading and compacting of this section of road here that was, I think it's had some flood damage, so we're going to try and straighten that for now to let vehicles run over comfortably. As well, as was mentioned, we're looking to engage local service providers to do the road, so it will be people from this area that we employ to carry out these works. Mr. Ramnanan will set up some meetings next week with local service providers to look at what contracts we can give out to local people.
MP for St. David, Honorable Oliver Joseph, said government is fulfilling its promise through the implementation of projects.
I'm really looking forward to see this road completed. This is the policy of this government to improve on the infrastructure in Grenada, and the road throughout the road network throughout Grenada will be improved as we move along. So today it gives me great pleasure to officially launch the start of this project in La Pastora. And to the residents, you may be disturbed for a little while with tractor and machineries walking and other things taking place, but you know, in the long run, you will be the beneficiary.
Residents from the area are grateful for the development.
I feel very happy because not only me, I believe everybody in the area are feeling happy about this project because, as a matter of fact, it's long overdue. You understand? And I hope that it will, as it starts, it will go right through and it will do a good not only for the people of this area of La Pastora, for the whole area in St. David's, and as a matter of fact, the whole country as a whole.
This has been a project that has been long overdue, as was said. At La Pastora, we've been struggling with deteriorating roads, and so we welcome this initiative to repair our roads, and we're looking forward to having it done within the next year. And seriously, it's going to be a plus for us.
The Carriacou standard is being flown at half-mast on the ministerial complex in Grenada as a mark of respect following the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse on Wednesday. An emergency meeting of Carriacou leaders on Wednesday afternoon agreed that, as a mark of respect, the member states of the community and the Carriacou Secretariat will fly their national flags and the Carriacou standard at half-mast for 3 days beginning immediately as well as on the day of the funeral. In keeping with this agreement, the national flag on all government buildings are expected to be flown at half-mast for the stated period. CARICOM leaders, including Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, also expressed condolences to the family of the late president and the government and people of Haiti. Prior to the CARICOM meeting, Dr. Mitchell led his parliamentary colleagues in observing a minute of silence during the meeting of the House of Representatives. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
That's it. Tonga. All right, Big Morris say, moving out. Let's move now. I took my best shot to keep Grenada moving. Driver, let's move.
A message from the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell calls on Grenadians to be more conservative with pipe-borne water and avoid huge wastage. He made the call during the official commissioning ceremony of the National Water and Sewerage Authority's new corporate headquarters this week. Government and NAWASA have invested millions of dollars over the years to help minimize wastage and promote conservation of the essential commodity. Government and NAWASA have also partnered to remove standpipes in communities where there is evidence of wastage and subsidize the cost to afford as many homeowners as possible the luxury of pipe-borne water. Dr. Mitchell called on Grenadians to play their role in helping NAWASA provide top-notch service and promote economic development.
It is through revenue generated by the service that the company can continue to adequately serve you. It is therefore important for members of the public to help the company derive a fair measures of success from its operations. Colleagues, in that sense, we want to see a reduction in the level of wastage that occurs in our water supply, particularly on the use of public standpipes. In fact, we had to be getting to the stage where less of these standpipes are required because more people will have direct access to pipe-borne water at home, and that is our responsibility. I'm making therefore an appeal to the public and of course to NAWASA that we have to join hands again and do something about this, because it makes no basic fundamental sense to continue under that path.
Infrastructure Development, Transport and Implementation Minister Honorable Nolan Cox says the journey to having access to water is an emotional one. He commended NAWASA on its development path, which he said is a clear indication of the company's commitment to economic growth and service delivery. Senator Cox highlighted how this development affects the sister isles of Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
Today, we speak a different story. You have Petite Martinique that has potable water throughout the island. That is a significant achievement. You have Carriacou, which is about 25% pipe-borne, and plans are on the way to expand. So I must say that I have seen the growth of this company and the work of the persons behind it.
NAWASA's General Manager Christopher Husbands reminisced on where the company started and applauded the government and other stakeholders for their role in its success thus far. He told the board and employees that there is still a long way to go before the company can truly realize its potential in service delivery.
The average customer 30 years ago was in large part just happy to get water in the pipe, as it was common in many parts of the island, especially during dry season. The persons would go weeks sometimes without a supply. And even those that had a supply many times would have to journey to a communal or community standpipe to line up sometimes hours in the night to get water. Today, our customers have grown to expect water with significantly shorter interruption periods. but are now rightly expecting a consistent supply of good quality water. We have to meet that challenge. Government provides access to concessionary financing, such as the GCF and UK SIF. And these enable us to undertake large capital programs. We can't access a major concessionary financial institution without government support. Of course, if we are not able to show that the organization is run a particular way, even if we have government support, we still won't get the money. But we cannot access for concessionary financing without government giving us that support to get it.
The ceremony was also attended by Governor General Dame Cecile Lagrenade, Honorable Peter David, Minister for Agriculture and MP for the Tongue of St. George, permanent secretaries, and stakeholders. Finally, in the news, Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority has refreshed procedures to collect white goods and bulky items across the island. July 22 to Saturday, July 24 are scheduled days for the Solid Waste Management's island-wide cleanup drive. Partnering with the Ministry of Health and local contractors, the initiative themed Grenadians Don't Litter, We Clean will address the island-wide removal of challenging waste types from residential homes and the illegal dumping of such items. Ms. Myrna Julian, Senior Public Relations Officer of Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, says they saw it necessary to reduce waste across the island. Therefore, public sensitization is on the agenda.
The authority sought to do this intervention to address the whole issue of the spikes that we have been having, and also the whole issue of those who are holding on to such waste types in the community, as well as we see the evidence of some properties being used, abandoned properties being used for the storage and disposal of waste in some communities. And so we wish that we would address this through this initiative. But critical is the need for public education. So this activity would be supported by public education throughout Grenada so that there would be compliance. This is not something that we want to do every year, right? But that with it, we would get people to understand the importance of using the collection service as they generate such waste.
Mr. Lyndon Robertson, General Manager, explained the procedures for waste collection.
Households would make these bulky items available between the 22nd and 23rd of July for collection from 6 a.m. the morning of the 24th of July. We would not be collecting derelict vehicles. That's not a part of it. And it was mentioned that we are looking at a special arrangement for derelict vehicle in a collaboration between the Ministry of Health and the police that is on stream. We would not be collecting trees, that is this greenery waste. So these bulky household items, fridges, stoves, mattresses, TVs, and so.
Mr. Andre Worm, Chief Environmental Officer, said that the ministry is happy to participate in this initiative.
From the Ministry of Health, we just want to applaud this effort and to say that we would give all the necessary support. We would be mobilizing our environmental health officers at the district level to lend support in terms of supervising the clear-up and the clean-up where some of these items can be disposed, even the identification of some of the illegal dump sites as necessary, and those will be made available.
That story just ended the national report for Thursday, July 8, 2021. Recapping the top story, government supports bill to equip traffic wardens to effectively perform duties. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Chris Ann Mitchell saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.